Hello, my name is Melissa Fowlkes. I'm a third grade teacher at Hennessy School. This is my 14th year doing Saluting New Readers, and I hope you enjoyed this year's class of fabulous expressive readers. And here they come!
Hello, my name is Kyla, and I'm going to be reading Little Rabbit's Loose Tooth. Little Rabbit's Loose Tooth. Little Rabbit had a loose tooth. It was her first loose tooth, and it wiggled a lot. At supper time, Little Rabbit said, "You know, I cannot eat carrots and beans. I have a loose tooth." But Father Rabbit said, "Carrots and beans are very good for little rabbits." "They are too hard," said Little Rabbit, "for little rabbits with a loose tooth." "Oh," said Mother Rabbit, "and what is soft enough for a little rabbit with a loose tooth?" Little Rabbit thought for a while. There were strawberries in the refrigerator. "Strawberries," she said, "soft strawberries." "You can have strawberries for dessert," said Mother Rabbit, and you can chew the carrots and beans with your other teeth." "Are you sure?" said Little Rabbit. "I'm sure," said Mother Rabbit. "Are you sure, Daddy?" asked Little Rabbit. "I'm sure," said Father Rabbit. "I've done it myself." That was on Monday. On Tuesday, Little Rabbit chewed oranges with her loose tooth and cucumbers with her other teeth. Tuesday, Wednesday. On Wednesday, she chewed watermelon with her loose tooth and lettuce with her other teeth. On Thursday, she chewed vanilla pudding with her loose tooth and cabbage with her other teeth. Thursday, Friday. On Friday, she chewed spinach with her other teeth and chocolate with her loose tooth. And the loose tooth came right out in the chocolate ice cream. I have a tooth in my chocolate ice cream," said Little Rabbit. "That's wonderful," said Mother Rabbit. "It's about time." And that's the end of the story.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story. Hi, my name is Larry, and I'm going to be reading a story called Werewolves Don't Go to Summer Camp. "I'm scared," Lisa whispered. Melody rolled her brown eyes. "Camp won't be so bad." A new summer camp had been formed close to Bailey City. All the parents thought the week-long camping program was a great idea, and practically every kid from the second and third grades at Bailey Elementary School had been signed up for the first season. They were all on a big green bus taking them to the camp. What's the worst thing that could happen? Howie's freckled face peered over the seat in front of them. Lisa's eyes got wide. "I could get lost in the woods and be eaten by wild animals." "Only if we're lucky," Eddie teased from the seat behind them. Melody ignored him. "Don't worry, Lisa. There aren't any wild animals around here, and if you get lost in the woods, I'll make everyone look for you, no matter how long it takes." "But what if we both get lost together?" Lisa asked. "Don't be stupid. I'm not going to get lost anywhere." Melody squeezed her legs together. She had needed to go to the bathroom ever since they'd left the school parking lot. There was a bathroom on the bus, but Melody didn't want to use it. Lisa tapped Melody on the arm. "I'm car sick." "Well, don't puke on me." Eddie pulled his t-shirt over his red car chirp, chirp, curly hair, Melody. Huh? Thank you for listening to me read.
My name's Austin, and I'm going to be reading Little Penguin's Tale. Shh, little penguins, now don't make a peep, and Granddaddy Penguin will tell you a tale of long, long ago. Once there lived a little penguin just like you. Just like you, except little penguin didn't listen to his granddaddy's tales. One morning at break of dawn, he snuck off by himself to find some fun in the snowy polar world. Up one hill and down another, he soon left all of his friends behind. Look at me, little penguin cried. I'm sliding on my tummy, far, far away from home. Now everyone knows a little penguin can get lost far, far away from home. But he didn't. Right away, little penguin came upon a band of dancing goony birds. They were beating tin cans and blowing tunes through empty glasses, bottles. Little penguin had never heard such music. It tickled his beak and made him laugh. His feet began to move. Look at me, little penguin cried. I'm dancing with the goony birds. Now everyone knows a little penguin can get into big trouble dancing with the goony birds. But he didn't. Soon they all danced into a rickety boat and sailed out to the Walrus Polar Club. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I'm going to be reading The Popcorn Shop. Popcorn Nell had a popcorn shop. The popcorn there went pop, pop, pop. She popped the popcorn in a pot and sold the popcorn piping hot. Folks stood in line. The line was long, and as they stood, they heard Nell's song. Popcorn popping, pop, pop, pop. Pour the butter on the top. Perfect popcorn, come and try it. Plenty of it, come and buy it. So popular was Popcorn Nell, she could not make enough to sell, and so she bought a big machine, the biggest one you've ever seen. It popped the popcorn all day long, and as it popped, Nell sang this song. Lots of popcorn, buy, come buy. Popcorn pancakes, popcorn pie, popcorn pickles, popcorn still, popsicles of popcorn till. Now there was plenty in the town until that big machine broke down. Nell called a fix-it man to come. He hammered and he tinked some, and as he left, he said to Nell, I fixed it up, I fixed it well, if you don't let it. Thank you for listening to me read. Hi,
I'm going to be reading What Are Screws? A screw is a simple machine. A screw is a rod with a spiral around it. The spiral is called a thread. A screw can be turned with a small force. The thread helps move the screws into objects. A screw holds objects together. A bolt is a kind of screw. A lid is a kind of screw. A light bulb is a kind of screw. And that's the end of my story. Hi, my name is Briar, and I'm going to be reading When the Giants Came to Town. The Giant Twins. Once there were twin giants named Samson and Rex. They went hiking one fine day, and somehow they ended up on the wrong side of the mountains near a small town. "We should have turned right at the waterfall," said Samson. "You're wrong," said Rex. "We should have turned left. And now it's late and I'm thirsty." He took a drink from his canteen. "Not me," said Samson. "I'm hungry, and I know for a fact that you ate the last 2 cookies." Rex poked through his backpack. "There are some sunflower seeds left," he offered. "Humph," said Samson, "bird food." Suddenly he spied a field of ripe melons the townspeople had planted. "What luck," said Samson. "Wild grapes." He scooped them up by the handful and popped them into his giant mouth. In a short time, the field was empty. "What a mess you've made," said Rex. And that's the end of the story. Aww. Thank you for listening to me read. Hello, my name is Maya, and I am going to be reading The Hidden Vampire. There are many creepy castles in Scotland, but Grandma's castle may be the spookiest. It is said to be the home of several unusual guests, including a vampire. Vampires are dead people who rise from their graves at night to suck the blood of the living. Unfortunately, these creatures are also very hard to destroy, as the owners of Glamis found out. People began building Glamis Castle in the 1400s. Some say that in the early years, the castle's owners found out a shocking secret about one of their servants. She was a vampire. They made this discovery when the young servant girl was caught sucking the blood from one of her victims. To protect themselves, her terrified masters threw the vampire into a small room. It was sealed so she could not escape. With no food and water, she was left to die. Yet some say she still lives. According to the legend, there are only a few ways to kill a vampire. The vampire must be left in the sunlight, or a wooden stake must be driven through its heart. A person can also kill one of these monsters by cutting off its head or burning its body. Since the vampire Glamis was simply locked away, some believe she is still alive in her secret room. There she sits waiting to be discovered so that she can continue her blood-sucking ways. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Madison. I'm going to be reading a book about Bethany Hamilton. For most children, Halloween is the time to go trick-or-treating. For Bethany Hamilton, it was a chance to catch a perfect wave. Surfing is Bethany's passion. The 13-year-old girl of talent had plenty talent. Each night, she dreamed of becoming a pro surfer. So at sunrise on October 31st, 2003, Bethany was already at the beach. She pushed her board into the surf. Floating on the crystal clear Hawaiian waters, she let her left arm dangle below the surface. Bethany was waiting for the next wave. Instead, out of nowhere came a giant gray blur. Bethany felt a tug. The water turned red with blood. If anyone was born to surf, it was Bethany Hamilton. She jokes that she was born with salt water in her veins. In fact, Bethany grew up in a family of surfers. Her parents loved the sport so much that they moved to Hawaii and never left. The waves for surfing there were just too good. Surfers need waves to propel them across the water. Around the island of Hawaii, there are plenty of waves. They are often very big too. So Hawaii is the place to be for surfers. People have been surfing in the area for more than 1,000 years. Bethany was the youngest of the family's 3 kids, and she was the only girl. Her brothers, Timmy and Noah, loved sports. They played the fast taught. To keep up, Bethany learned to be taught as well. Bethany often got knocked down in soccer and tackled in football. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Jack, and I'm going to be reading The 7 Chinese Brothers. Once upon a time when Qin Shi Huang was emperor of all China, 7 remarkable brothers lived together on a beautiful hillside. They walked alike, they talked alike, they even looked so much alike that it was hard to tell one brother from the brother next to him. All the same, each brother had something special about him. Each brother had one amazing power that was all his own. First brother's amazing ears could hear a fly sneeze from 100 miles away, while second brother's amazing eyes could look right across 100 miles and see the fly sitting on the Great Wall of China, sneezing and feeling very sorry for itself. The third brother was a man of unusual strength. He could walk across China in a straight line, lifting up any mountain that got in his way and putting them carefully back behind him. Fourth brother was strong too. He had bones of iron that wouldn't break, buckle, or bend. Fifth brother had legs that could grow as tall and thick as tree trunks, while sixth brother never became too hot, no matter how hard he worked under the summer sun. As for seventh brother, he was the baby of the family, for all his 6 older brothers tried to keep him smiling and happy, for he was their youngest brother. When he was unhappy, he wept great warm salt tears, and each tear was large enough to drown an entire village. The 7 brothers lived happily together, and seventh brother never once had anything to cry about. But one day they had worked on their hillside. Thank you to listening to me read.
Hi, my name's Mariah, and I'm going to be reading a story called The Pickpocket Plankton. Chapter 1. His name was Telesphore. His name was Telesphore. He had no idea why his grandmother had named him that. His grandmother had to name him because his mother had died giving birth to him. His father was nowhere to be found. No name had been selected, not even hinted at, much less batted about from some charming book of baby names. So his grandmother named him Telesphore. Thank goodness his friends called him Terry, but somehow deep underneath he felt like Telesphore, a name that seemed unsuspicious, but also a burden. But he couldn't think of that now. He had to think of snakes. Water moccasins were part and parcel of the peat bog swamp and surrounded pickpocket plankton. So were alligators and mosquitoes the size of saucers, wild turkeys, and Raleigh, a wild boar. Watch your step, Terry reminded himself. His Aunt Penelope had lent him a beat-up old pair of high-top lace-up boots, but he figured a diamond-back rattler's fangs could easily pierce right through the leather as if as if it were butter. Terry realized that he had involuntarily squiggled his feet so far back up into his shoes that his toes were cramping. "Step carefully," he whispered to himself. Terry wondered how anyone had ever gotten anything done going tippity-toe around the enormous plankton area. "Shoot," he said aloud again to himself. "I will just stomp along like brave Huck Finn might have done, and that what comes." As he walked more willfully, he tried to recall if Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn had been more brave or crowdly. Either way, they were on the Mississippi River, and Terry did not think alligators the length of small cars had ever worried him. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Marcus, and I'm going to be reading Macduff Moves In. In the back of a dog catcher's truck sat a little white dog nobody wanted. Thump went the truck over a bump in the road. The little dog popped out into the night. He tumbled onto the soft earth of a tulip bed. He did not know where he was. He needed something to eat. He needed a warm place to sleep. So he went looking. "Woof," said the little white dog at the front door of number 6 Pine Road, but the answer from the other side was growl. "Woof," he said on the front steps of number 12 Oak Lane, but someone said hiss from the woodpile. Strange voices hooted and whistled at him from the trees. Many pairs of eyes winked and blinked at him from the darkness of people's gardens. Rain poured down, it swirled and swept around him. Suddenly the wind came up. It blew the clouds and rain away. And the moon smiled full on the world through an open window in the kitchen of number 7 Elm Road. Wafted the smell of vanilla, rice pudding, and sausages. "Woof, woof, woof," said the little white dog. Nobody growled at him. Nobody hissed at him. Somebody opened the door and asked him to come in. It was Lukey. "This is Fred," said Lukey. No one had ever asked him to come in. And that's it. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name's Tristan, and I will be reading Guardians of Gahola. What gives you wiggles and makes you giggle? When you eat 'em, whose wheezy little feet make my heart really beat. Why is those little creepy crawlers that make me feel so jolly? For the darling centipede, my favorite buggy feed, I always want some more. That's the insect I adore more than beetles, more than crickets, which at times give me the hiccups. I crave only to feed on a juicy centipede and shall be happy forevermore. Just as Soren finished the song, his mother flew in the hall and dropped a bowl at her feet, a nice fat one. The A nice fat one, my dear, enough for your first fur ceremony and Clud's first bones. I want my own, Clud said. Nonsense, dear. You can never eat a whole vole. Whole vole? Squeaked Eglantine. Oh, Mum, it rhymes. I love rhymes. I want one all for myself, Clud persisted. Now, look here, Clud. Marla fixed her son in dark, steady gaze. We do not want to waste food around here.
Thank you for listening to my story.
Hi, my name is Josie, and I will be reading The Waving Sheep. Look, the rain has stopped, said Jessica. Let's go outside, see if you can find some mushrooms, said Grandma. You can walk over the hill to the back of the farm. Put your boots on, Daniel. The children walked up the hill. Jessica waved at Dad, who was bringing the cows in for milk. At the top of the hill, Daniel said, I can see a sheep waving. Sheep don't wave, said Jessica. Jessica and Daniel pushed... Oh, I skipped a page. But the sheep waved again. It waved all its legs. It can't get up, said Jessica. Come on, let's climb the fence and help it. Jessica and Daniel pushed and pushed, but the rain had made the sheep's wool very wet and heavy. We can't do it, said Jessica. Dad is milking the cows. He can't come and help us. Can you go get Grandma? Daniel ran all the way home to tell Grandma. I'm coming now, she said. Let's take the buggy. Daniel and Grandma rode up the hill on the farm buggy. Jessica, Daniel, and Grandma went to help the sheep. They pushed and pushed and pushed some more. The sheep rolled over, then they helped it get up. Don't let it go yet, said Grandma. We don't want it to fall over again. The sheep was very hungry and it started to eat the grass. It's all right now, said Jessica. The sheep walked away. Daniel smiled. We saved it, he said. I saw it on its back, waving its legs, and we saved it. Anyways, I was done reading. Thank you for reading, hearing my story, bye.
Good save.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I am going to read The Very Hungry Caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 slice of chocolate cake, 1 slice of ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of shredded cheese, 1 sausage of salami, a slice of salami, 1 lollipop, and 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, and 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a raccoon. Around himself, he stared for many weeks. More than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in his raccoon. He pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. Thank you for listening to me read. My name is Patricia, and I'm going to be reading The Tree House. Dad made a house up in the tree for Jessica and little Daniel. Jessica helped Dad, she liked climbing. Jessica liked playing up in the tree house. She liked looking down at the house and the garden and the cows. She saw Daniel. "Come on, Daniel," she said. "You come up too." "I can't get up," said Daniel. "You come down and help me up, Jessica. I'm not big like you," and he cried. Jessica climbed down and she helped little Daniel climb up. "Come on, up you go," she said. Grandma saw Jessica helping Daniel. "He is too little to climb up to the tree house," she said. "He likes playing with Jessica," said Dad. "Daniel's birthday cake looks good. Thanks for making it." In the afternoon, Dad took care of Daniel, and Grandma and Jessica went shopping. "It's Daniel's birthday on Sunday," said Grandma. "Here's the toy shop." Jessica looked in the toy shop window, and she saw a rope ladder. "Can we get it for Daniel?" she said. "Yes, let's get the rope ladder," said Grandma. On Daniel's birthday, Daniel said, "Look at me. Now I can climb up to the treehouse like Jessica." Thank you for listening to me read.
My name is Joseph, and I'm going to be reading Orange. Orange is bright. Orange is round. Carrots are vegetables that grow under the ground. We eat the root of the carrot plant. Orange grows under the ground. Orange pumpkins grow on vines that twist along the ground. You can scoop out pumpkin seeds and create faces and pumpkins. Orange plums up in a bunch. Softball and baseball players catch balls in orange leather gloves. A good glove keeps sparks from hurting their hands. Orange makes a winning catch. Some leaves turn orange in the fall. The leaves dry up before falling off the tree. Orange floats down from the tree. Frozen orange treats taste good in warm weather. They melt in your mouth and cool you down. Orange can melt, orange can freeze. Montrose butterflies are insects with 4 orange wings. These butterflies flap their wings slowly, but flutter through the air. Orange flutters above the grass. Bright orange is an easy color to see. Orange cones help drivers pass by work area safely. Orange slows cars that they can't pass. Thank you for listening to me read.
going to be reading today is Hamster's birthday. Best day, bake day, candles on cake day. Clap day, cheer day, party time is here day. Do you know what today is? Yes, today is my shopping day. First, I need to stop by the bakery to buy some pink cake, blue cake, chocolate through and through cake. Short cake, tall cake, cannot eat it all cake. Which would you choose? I want the biggest one. It has the most frosting. Looks yummy, but I came to buy some dog biscuits. Now I need a new ball. Our next stop is the toy store. I love toys. Spin toys, glow toys, wind up and go toys. Soft toys, hard toys, ride through the yard toys. Which would you choose? I want a riding toy. This bowl is perfect. Wait, aren't you forgetting something? Yes, you're right. I need to buy a card for a friend. Let's stop by the party store. Games check, hats check, piñata and some bats check. Plates check, spoons check, streamers and balloons check. Which would you choose? Look, a balloon. How fun. Grab it and let's go. I just have one more stop. Curly fur, straight fur, awesome, groovy, great fur. Striped fur, white fur, looking quite a sight fur. Which would you choose? Look, groovy, great. Thank you for listening to me read.
What do you love?
Reading!
And where do you go to school?
Hennessy!
And what grade are you in?
Third!
And who's your teacher?
Miss Fowlkes!
What do you love?
Reading!
Hip hip hooray!
Hooray!